Hello, everyone. Oh, what in the world? We lost it. Where'd it go? Oh, I touched my little pad here on my laptop. Sorry about that. Hey, just waiting for this to go live on Facebook. Should be momentarily happening. And we are live on YouTube. So if you're joining us, let us know where you're watching from. I greatly appreciate it. This isn't going to be real long, like 30 minutes at the most. So, uh, says we are live on Facebook now. So let me see here. I want to share this out as a highlight and we will get started. Welcome everyone. If you notice the title for this live, it was titled "If You're on Medication for Blood Pressure, Diabetes, Weight Loss, Cholesterol, etc., etc. This could be for you. So many of us have been able to get off our medications by following this all natural health protocol that we're doing. And so I want to walk you through kind of step by step what's happening. So I'm going to pull a presentation here up on my screen and we will kind of go through this. Let's see. I want to make this one the bigger one. There we go. And let's see. I didn't want to do that. Okay, hold on. Technology, gotta love it. Hey, those of you that are coming in, I appreciate you. And if you could just let us know where you're watching from, if it's on Facebook or YouTube, and where you're at in the world, I would greatly appreciate it. So, if you see this picture here, this was me 3 years ago. I was on all the medication that I was listing above. Uh, Also on kidney medicine for kidney problems, stage one kidney failure. I was on meds for gabapentin and also injections for neuropathy pain. I was in a bad way. I was 300 plus pounds. I was type 2 diabetic and had been diabetic for 20 years. I was on max dosage of metformin, Januvia, was prescribed Trulicity. As I said, I had high blood pressure. I had stage one kidney failure, horrible neuropathy in my feet, low testosterone, and I was in a bad way. If you just look at this picture of me, you can tell I'm not happy. I'm not comfortable. I was miserable. My feet hurt. It was took everything I had just to go to work every day, um, and hence why I was getting cortisone injections between my toes just so I could go to work. Okay. So here's the problem that most of us don't know. The root cause of most of these problems, or at least the cause of them being worse, is insulin resistance. 93% of adults, at least in the US, are metabolically unhealthy. They're suffering with insulin resistance, and 8 out of 10 don't even know it. And it starts with small things. You know, our bodies always give us signs that something's going on. Little things like skin tags or dark skin pigmentation, belly fat that just you can't lose, chronic inflammation, high cholesterol, sleep apnea. Maybe your blood sugar's kind of unstable. It's all over the place. Your blood pressure's irregular. It's up and down. Um, Maybe you've got constant cravings for sugary or salty foods. These are signs, you know, frequent urination, frequent thirst, all these things. And you can be insulin resistant for 10 to 15 years before it ever shows up in your blood work, before your doctor ever says, hey, your glucose is out of whack, or your cholesterol is high, or your A1C is too high. We need to start medicating, uh, these symptoms. We need to start managing your symptoms. But the problem is, you could be suffering with erectile dysfunction, guys, or infertility issues, women, or PCOS, things like GERD and gout and fibromyalgia and all these things. I call this the wheel of torture, right? I had 13 of these symptoms uh, when I first started digging into this. So if you or someone you know or care or love, uh, care about or love is dealing with these problems, The Feel Great system, the product that I talk about all the time, has totally changed my life. I was off blood pressure meds in a month. I was off diabetes medication in less than 6 months. I was off of kidney medication in less than a year. I lost over 70 pounds in that year and have kept it off. I no longer struggle with neuropathy pain. I would say it's 95% gone. And it's because I focused on the root cause instead of just medicating the symptom. Hey, Arlie, welcome in. Um, Here's the thing, most of us, at least me, when I was growing up, when I heard the term insulin, I just thought that was type 1 diabetics, right? Type 1 diabetics have to take insulin because their pancreas either doesn't make enough of it or doesn't produce it anymore, right? And we look at insulin as the bad guy, but we need insulin. Insulin is a very important hormone. It's what shuttles the glucose to our cells to be used as energy. But here's where the problem lies. When your cells are full, right? We've and it's going to be in the next slide, but it comes from eating too much too often of the wrong kind of food. Your cells get full, those receptors they don't open. The key insulin doesn't unlock the cell anymore. So at this point, the glucose stays in the bloodstream and you end up diabetic like I was. Okay. So if if you think of that as insulin is the key to get the glucose into the cell to be burned as energy, right? So the mitochondria can burn that up and use it for energy. And it puts it places like our liver, our muscles, our fat cells. And if all those cells are full and not responding anymore, guess what? It stays in your bloodstream. And you have unstable blood sugar that turns into prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, and now type 3 diabetes, which is Alzheimer's and dementia. Okay? So here's the problem. We wake up in the morning, we think it's healthy, right? We have I'm going to make this a little bit, I'm going to shrink me down and make this a little bigger. So you wake up in the morning, you have coffee. Most folks load it with cream and sugar. Now, if you drink coffee black, good on you because that doesn't break a fast and it's not going to spike your blood sugar. But we have things that we think are healthy, like bran muffins or bagels or a piece of fruit or whatever, and that spikes our blood sugar. And then the pancreas dumps out a bunch of insulin, brings the blood sugar down fairly quickly, unless you're already diabetic, then it could take longer. But when that happens, we eat again. We feel like we need some energy. And so we'll have a snack. Now, here they're showing a yogurt parfait, right? But for some of us, like me, out in the oil field, it was a Snickers bar and a Pepsi. Okay. Boom, blood sugar through the roof again. All right. Then it comes down and you feel hungry. Well, then it's time for lunch. So we spike it again. And then we have an afternoon snack, sometimes two snacks. Then we have dinner. Then how many people sit around and they're snacking on ice cream or chips or popcorn or cheese and crackers, whatever it may be? That was like a typical day for me back then, right? I was told by my diabetes educator to eat 6 times a day, 6 to 8 times a day. Get whole grains, start your day with oatmeal, do all these things. And all it done was make me sicker. Okay. So here's the problem, fiber's being removed from our foods, right? All these processed foods you see here, which is pretty much all of this, except, the apple or the black coffee, but it's all processed and they remove the fiber from it. And just like an apple, if you juice this apple and you remove the fiber, you just get sugar water. It's a sugar bomb. Or like wild rice, if we remove the fiber, the germ, and we eat the endosperm, it's just white rice. It's really high on the glycemic index. So this is what ends up happening is you live on this blood sugar roller coaster all day long. Okay. And when you do this and you eat multiple times a day, 4, 5, 6 times a day, your insulin never has a chance to come down to normal range. So you're living with chronically high insulin levels, and insulin is a fat storing hormone. And once you get to a certain point, you end up with non-alcoholic fatty liver. You end up with being really overweight and obese. And at some point, you're going to end up type 2 diabetic if this is you, if you're eating like this, okay? Which I was. And that's why I was diabetic, but I was following what I was told, okay? So fiber is key to all this because even the CDC, which I know you may be able to see it up here. This is straight from the CDC's website. It says fiber is your friend if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic because it helps blood sugar control and weight management. It can also lower the risk of heart disease and some forms of the C word. Okay. Specifically, fiber helps with type 2 diabetes because the body is unable to absorb and break down fiber. It doesn't cause a blood sugar spike the way other carbohydrates do. So, this is the one carbohydrate that does not spike your blood sugar. This can help your sugar stay in target range. Okay. It helps with heart disease and strokes because fiber prevents your body from taking in some fats and cholesterol, lowering triglyceride and cholesterol levels to help reduce the risk of heart disease. It helps with things like IBS, mental health issues, depression, anxiety. It helps with gut dysbiosis or leaky gut because fiber helps clean out the digestive tract. It cleans out all the bad bacteria and other buildup to improve gut health and help reduce your risk of colon cancer. And for weight loss or obesity, fiber is very satiating. We can't digest fiber. We don't have the enzymes to digest it. It moves through the digestive tract very slowly, and therefore it keeps you fuller for longer. So you can get fiber from your foods, right? But you're not getting a diversity of fiber. You're not getting the blend of plant fibers that you need to make this all possible to work because you need both soluble and insoluble. And to get enough fiber, you would have to eat a whole head of broccoli at a setting. And that's only one source of fiber. So here's what we do, right? So we supplement. We take a fiber supplement that was designed by Rexall Pharmacies back in 1990. And this fiber supplement, there was a study done on it with 2 Eggo waffles, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and 10 ounces of orange juice. And in this study, those who took this fiber blend before that breakfast noticed a 43% lower glucose response or postprandial blood sugar number by taking this blend of plant fibers you see down here in the corner. Let me point the other way. Before a meal. Okay. So this is the plant fiber I'm talking about that we all use. It helps feed the gut microbiome. It helps with things like IBS, constipation, diarrhea, skin issues like eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, helps with anxiety and depression. If you're putting garbage in your gut, you're going to get garbage out of here, right? So that's one of the first things fiber helps with, but it helps prevent or curb your appetite between meals. It reduces the amount of dietary cholesterol that your body absorbs. It helps reduce carbohydrate absorption, which helps lower blood sugar, supports normal and healthy glucose levels, supports weight management, supports time-based eating. So that is another step in this protocol that we do is time-based eating or intermittent fasting. Okay. Now you can see here, there was a study done at the Sydney Institute. When Rexall designed this protocol, they had the Sydney Institute or the University of Sydney do a study on this. They also had the #1 heart hospital in the world, the Cleveland Clinic. I'm going to try to move up. I didn't want to do that. I was trying to move me out of the way. Let me just do this real quick. It says here, now the Cleveland Clinic said this, not me, okay? And they published this study in the medical journal Metabolism. If such a product was taken regularly, it could reduce cardiovascular risk on a population basis. And here's the key part to this that I think is the reason this study was kind of hidden. It wasn't talked about, it wasn't in the news or anything. potentially could decrease the need or dose for lipid lowering prescription drugs, which are statins. So, if you know anyone on a statin, obviously, they give us those for heart disease and high cholesterol, high triglycerides, those sorts of things to kind of try to manage those symptoms. But this study at the number one heart hospital in the world says that taking this blend of plant fibers before a meal could decrease heart disease and decrease the need or dose for lipid lowering prescription drugs. Now, if heart disease is still the number one cause of death in the world today, and statins or lipid lowering prescription drugs are still the number one prescribed medication in the world today, you don't think they want you knowing that a blend of plant fibers can help mitigate that, right? So that's why this isn't headline news. That's why you don't see this on every TV station during the Super Bowl or all those things. They don't want you knowing that stuff. Okay. But here's the second part of this system that we use that we all call liquid gold. It's kind of like a game changer. Hey, Chet. Hey, Jessica. Sorry I didn't see you go. Hey, David Gass. How are you? Sorry I didn't see you all come in. Hopefully, y'all are sharing this on your page. So here's the other product that's in this system that makes it like a game changer, right? Just taking those fibers, yeah, it's going to help mitigate your blood sugar and insulin spikes. It's going to help with the cholesterol and all that. But I think a lot of the benefits come from drinking this highly concentrated form of yerba mate. Now, everybody always asks me, can I get yerba mate from Amazon or Walgreens or Walmart? Yeah, you can. But I don't think that those are up to the standard of this yerba mate. They're loaded with chemicals and fillers and and even sugar, which all just totally negate the whole reason for drinking yerba mate in the first place. This yerba mate is handpicked. It's put through a 5-step purification process. It's the highest concentrated form of yerba mate on the planet, right? So we call it liquid gold because it just supports feelings of well-being. You just feel better. You feel you're in a better mood. It helps with cognitive brain function. So if you're suffering with brain fog or people with Alzheimer's and dementia, things like that, this really helps with that. It helps with endurance. We have a lot of professional athletes that use this protocol. Just a few I can mention: Shaquille O'Neal, Vladimir Guerrero from the Toronto Blue Jays, even the Argentinian soccer or football team uses this product. It promotes satiety. It helps with weight management, and it promotes ketone production. All of those are to help you curb your cravings and lose weight, right? And here's why. You've all heard of GLP-1, right? It's all the craze right now. It's made more money than anything I've ever heard of, right? Yerba mate, this specific blend of yerba mate was studied, and they showed that if you drink this in a fasted state, it can up the production of your body's own GLP-1 by up to 67% if you drink it in a fasted state. And combined with the plant fibers, the fiber supplement, it can increase your GLP-1 production by up to 70%. So these are shots from that study. I mean, it's been proven time and time again. So if you're taking the Unimate when you're trying to abstain from eating food, or you're fasting or doing time-based eating, it really helps shut off the food noise. You have stable, sustained energy, your focus, your mental clarity is there. You don't feel like you're going to want to gnaw your arm off because you're starving yourself to death. It just works fantastically. Combine that with the plant fibers, and we've all had amazing results. I've lost 70 plus pounds. I've been off all medication for 2.5 years now. Um, I'm going to have a couple of people if they want to come on and kind of share their story real quick before we hop off of here. But Michelle's had amazing results. Eli's down over 70 pounds. Um, Luann, I think she's down nearly 50 pounds now. Ralph has lost tons of weight, reversed a lot of health problems. Both of these guys lost over 100 pounds in less than a year. So let me stop this screen share and we'll see who's over here that's willing to come on. So nobody has clicked the link and actually came in. If any of you that were in the comments want to come on the live and just share your story real quick, click the link I shared with some of you in our messenger group. Ah, I was trying to see if there were any more Nikki, amazing protocol. Yes, it is. Hey, Carolyn, how are you? Nikki, I seen your comment on my little caricature uh, post I made. That was pretty funny. Luann, how are you? Is anybody wanting to come on the live? If not, I'll show some more before and afters. But just click that restream link I sent you. Most of you should have it. I don't want people to just think it's Jeff on here uh, telling all this stuff. Feel free to come on and share your story if you want. I'll be waiting for you. So, this is something that is all natural, it's plant based. It has more than 20 clinical trials at major hospitals and universities. I showed you a few of them right there. The University of Sydney, the Cleveland Clinic, there's Brigham Young, UNLV, Columbia University. Dr. Benjamin Bickman has done studies on this. These products are 100% natural, right? They're guaranteed to work. It comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Um, it's available in over 62 different countries around the world, meaning it's registered there. Um, and that's a big thing in itself. It has 5 patents on it. It can't be copied. It's HSA and FSA qualified, meaning if you have a health savings account or a flexible spending account through your employer or insurance, you can use that to pay for this product. Um, and it's cost neutral. And I say that because a lot of people say, well, wow, that 159 a month, that's expensive. But if you add that up, it's like $5.33 a day, less than one of those milkshake coffees, or less than a couple of 20-ounce Pepsis, or less than a value meal at a drive-through, right? And if you can, be like so many people and get off medications with your doctor's blessing, of course, or your grocery bill goes down. I become cash positive in my bank account every month because of using this protocol. It just, if you follow it the way it's designed, it works fantastic. You end up saving enough money to pay for the next month. And the next month, you'll save even more. And it just keeps compounding until this costs you nothing. Yes, you have to pay for it every month, just like I do. But if you use a referral link, you get the best price available. You buy it directly from the company. The company handles if you have any issues, whether it's shipping problems or you don't like the taste of something or you want to change your flavor or whatever it may be, the company handles all that, right? Because you're buying it direct from the manufacturer. Now, people say, well, I can buy this on Amazon, but you're getting probably outdated product. It's illegal for most of the people that try to resell it on there. So the company shuts them down. You're not getting the money back guarantee. You're not getting the customer service. You don't get the coaching and mentoring that you get if you buy it through a referral link. So if nobody's able to click the link and come on, I'm very sorry for that. I apologize. I'm not sure why it didn't work. But if you know anyone that's struggling with these problems, they're on medication for all these things, right? Diabetes, cholesterol, triglycerides, blood pressure, anxiety meds, depression meds, weight loss meds, Gout, fibromyalgia, neuropathy, heart disease, whatever it is, PCOS, tell them about the Feel Great system. It could change their life like it has so many of us. You see the people in the comments, um, sharing, results. Luann down 50 pounds, hubby's down, her husband's down 67 pounds. Jessica, she got off of the depression and anxiety meds. I'm hoping you all can see this. Let me see. I'll just put it on the screen so you can see it. Anxiety and depression gone, no more aches and pains, lost 40 pounds so far. More mental clarity, off GERD meds after 21 years. Wow. Her dad's arthritis is gone. He's also off his blood pressure pill. Hair's growing out fuller. Skin tags fell off. Gray spots are what I was concerned about on my arm are gone. Feel amazing. Outstanding. Outstanding. And we get messages like that all the time from people who are using this protocol. If you just stumbled on this live and you're not sure about this, if you want to talk to someone, reach out to whoever shared this with you. If you just came on my page and you would like to chat with me, send me a message on Instant Messenger. Tell me you was watching the live and you would like some more info. Or if you're like, hey, I just want to try this, I have a link in my profile. You can just go click that link. It takes you directly to the manufacturer's website where you can read all about this, look at all the studies if you want, order it right there with the discount. If you do subscription, you get free shipping for life. You will get a referral link that you can share with people that you know and care about and love that may be struggling, and get product credit so your products become cheaper. I've never found anything like this. And trust me, 20 years of struggling as a type 2 diabetic, I tried everything. I did everything the doctor said. I tried intermittent fasting on my own, every workout plan, diet routine, just everything. And nothing was sustainable. Nothing really worked until I tried this. And it has totally changed my life now. To be able to get out and run around with the grandkids and go on walks and just feel normal again, I would pay double what this costs. So, uh, if you have any questions, reach out to someone. Um, we would all love to help you get more amazing results and feel great. Hey, Kent, what's up, buddy? It's got to be like wee hours of the morning over there for you, sir, in New Zealand. Wow. Thanks for hopping on. All right, folks, I'm going to hop off here. I would love to chat with anybody who has questions, and share this to your page. Maybe you know someone that is struggling with these issues and would like to get off their meds, would like to have a better quality of life. All right. Have a good evening, folks. Thank you for joining me. Like I said, this was going to be a short one, and especially since nobody could get on and share their stories, we'll do this again soon. All right. Have a good night.